Alright, here's the first agricultural video. We have a horse with a wound on the top left side of its neck. We're going to treat it. This wound is infected, so we'll also be giving it penicillin soon. But for now, just to treat the wound in general, we're going to be putting on some benadine, iodine, distilled water, and sugar. Mix that all in a plastic Ziploc bag and it'll produce an orange gritty substance. You will also need Wonder Dust, which you can pick up at a Tractor Supply or Atwoods or any farm local store. Let's get right into the video. Bitten by a very ornery stallion that is not yet a gelding. We've already treated him one day, but we're going to show you guys what to do. Now you're going to need this powder, which I'll show you in a moment, and you're going to need benadine, distilled water, iodine, and I believe sugar. And you're going to want to mix a little bit of it up in a bag. Hey, whoa. All the horses are a bit sketchy today. But we're going to take that wound, we're going to gently rub it till that scab kind of pops off. And you're going to want to see kind of a pus-like fluid roll out. You're just going to squeeze a little bit of that out. And once you have an opening in the wound, especially if it's a fresher wound, it's much easier to apply this medication. And so once you have an opening in the wound, you want to try to get as much of that medication in there as you want. So I'm going to show you guys what we're dealing with before I start working on the horse. Now, since it's only me, I'm not going to hold this camera and puncture that wound with this cloth. Now, another thing is you got to be real gentle. You don't need to squeeze it real hard and yank it off. But here's our solution, just a mix of sugar, iodine, benadine, and distilled water. And you get this gritty orange powder that's also kind of a liquid. And then after you put on your benadine mix, Wonder Dust. This stuff is very useful, and you put this right on the wound afterwards, and it is great to help with healing. Now, since this horse's wound is infected, once again though, you must treat it with some type of antibiotic like penicillin. And so we give him shots right about here in his neck on the big muscle, because one of the things that it comes with when treating a horse, especially if you have to give them shots, is that up in this higher part of their neck and down here, if you don't get it right in this big muscle close to the jugular, you can hit a nerve and it can severely mess up your horse and damage nerves all the way down its back. They have very sensitive nerves that are close to the top of the skin, and that's just how horses are. My horse, this scab has gotten pretty bad, or this wound I should say, and pus poured out. The pressure built up in just that one night, and a lot of that is already coming out. Now there's also, you can bring your horse to a doctor. If you have a bite like this on the neck that's leaking that bad, you can don't try to do it yourself in an area like this, because once again you will hit nerves and you will mess up your horse. Bring your horse to a doctor, and you can get this wound cut open, drained, and properly resealed and medicated. If that's open, you're going to get some of this in your hand, and you're just going to pack it in right on his wound. Hey, whoa boy. Now, some horses may not like this. It doesn't sting them. So now that you've packed that in, I'm going to go over here and grab their lead. Bring it with you. Come here, boy. Like so. And then take your hand and just kind of rub it in. Get you a decent amount on there.